9397 Network and Hot 9397 presents Sapphire'S Soup du Jour with Just Bob, stirring the pot and serving the latest soup. Brought to you by Hey Love Saloon, Adam's Apple, Janet'sCloset.com, and Janet'sDungeon.com.
Oh. Hola. Hello. Good morning. All those things. We're listening to CeeLo Green, Forget You, the clean version. Yeah, the other version we don't play on radio. Happy Monday. Hopefully you're waking up well. I'm in a good mood today. I love a Monday. I don't understand what's wrong with me. Sunday is amazing. I love Sundays. Then Monday comes along and everybody hates Monday. We've been taught to. We always talk about here about the ingrained misery we accept into our lives. We're doing self-help Monday today because we're going to be talking about taking back control, right? We're going to hold our own court. You'll see. Yeah. Well, we got Poor Life Choice Monday. Everybody's had an ample opportunity over the weekend to make poor life choices. Hopefully you did a little bit of that, but within reason, right? Lots going on in the world. Lots going on in the world. More than anyone can even imagine. The problem is we worry about it all. We know about it. We see it. We're told about it. It's in the news. It's everywhere. Well, today we're going to help you again take back a little bit more control over your life. I've never even gone to school for this. Talk about education is the best teacher. The school of hard knocks. You can worry your pants into a bunch. It doesn't even help. Nothing helps. We're 50 seconds away from going live on WHOT Hot 93.97. And no, I don't have a cold or a frog in my throat. I don't know why I'm talking like this. It's just how I woke up. I don't know. All right, time to get serious. We got plenty of time because we got all this other garbage that I play in between. Our show officially starts at 6:55 a.m. Eastern time on the air. If you're listening on the app or on the .com or if it's on a dial near you, then you're hearing it at 6:55 a.m. Eastern time. But the rest of you, not so much.
Download the free 9397 Network app today. You're listening to
Download the free 9397 Network app today. Everybody's doing it. Not everybody. Trump don't have it. He'd be like, what is this morning show nonsense? All right. Ready? I'm ready. Oh, wait. I'm not ready.
Oh, Monday. Thank God it's Monday. My number one day. Back in the saddle at work I can shine. I love the rat race and the starting line.
See, we're already 9 minutes and 24 seconds into the show. It's only 704.3. Or 0.5 and a half. I don't even know why I look up national days anymore. There's none even worth talking about. Some of them are just stupid. All right, this is where it gets serious. For real this time. 9, 8, 7, 6. Oh, wait, one more song. Just the beginning of it. Oh, happy Monday. Hopefully you're waking up from a wicked weekend of fun and games, but more than likely you're complaining that it's Monday. Well, I'll tell you what, we're here to help you make it a little bit easier to get up in the morning if indeed you are in the area of morning. It is 7:05, going on 7:06 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We don't know where you're at and where you're listening, whether you're in your house, car, wherever you are. We thank you for joining us for Sapphire'S Soup du Jour on a Monday morning. Actually, November 14th, halfway through the month of November. Time just absolutely flies when you're having fun. Now, if you're listening in prison, time might be a little slower for you, and for that I apologize. But once you've done your time and you get out, time will speed back up exponentially, I'm quite sure. But hey, you know what Beretta said, or was it Kojak? Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. But then once your time is up, you go back into society and you're good to go. And however you're doing it, whether you're locked up or not, maybe you're tied to the bedpost. We thank you for joining us and tuning in. If you are tied to a bedpost right now, hopefully it's under your own consent. Let's make sure that we point that out real quick. We only want people tied to the bedposts if they want to be there. Very important part of the kink is everybody's a participant. Just a little help for you. Today, we got a lot to talk about. Of course, we're going to be doing our ritual weekend recap. We're going to be doing our poor life choices story. But we got to make sure that everybody's okay. Because the much talked about Senate battle is over. And the Democrats, it seems like, are keeping the Senate. Now, I think it's 50-49 right now because we got to keep track, right? We keep score of everything. But we're combining a lot of things in today, right? Self-help. It's a self-help kind of Monday. We're holding our own court. We are adopting a new constitution in our own life. And we are crushing all of this negativity and misery ingrained into us. And we're going to take back a little bit of selfishness, a little bit more of that's not my problem. And I know it's not empathetic and it's not compassionate to be that way, but self-preservation and self-care comes first and foremost. You can't be helpful. It's cliche. You can't be helpful to someone else unless you're helping yourself. You can't love someone else unless you love yourself first. All those things, right? That's all good and fine, but we're going to actually apply them. You don't have to get off of social media. Everybody says social media is the devil. Social media is so bad for us. It is. So understand what you want from it and take that, right? It's simple when it comes down to it. Applying those principles is human nature. Nothing is simple. We have to struggle with any type of sacrifice, right? The Christians, the Catholics who give something up for Lent, you're giving up something and it stinks because it's something that you really like in your life and now you've given it up. And we don't do well with sacrifice. We love our fat food. We love our fast food. We love our sugary food. We love our soda or pop if you're from wherever you say pop instead of soda. We love all those things. It's ingrained in our society. Misery, hating Monday, for example, it's ingrained in us to dislike Monday, the beginning of the work week, which the Sunday evening blues, it starts, right? On Sunday evening, you kind of start getting that, oh crap, the weekend's nearing the end, and we got to go to work tomorrow. Or you could be like me and be like, I got to go to bed so I can get up in the morning. I had a hard time last night. My partner was out, wishing her best on a big day for her today. She was out last night. I don't go to bed when the house is empty, if not full. So in other words, I'm not going to bed until everybody's home. And I get up at 3:30. So it was about 11 o'clock last night. I'm watching the football game, sleeping, watching. The dog curled up next to me. I'm not used to sleeping on the couch. And I was laying on the couch and I'm sleeping there with the dog curled between my legs, between, the bend in my knees. I'm laying on my side. And I mean, just so comfortable and cozy. I had the fireplace going. It's an electric one, so it's easy to light up. You just hit a button. I mean, it's beautiful. Just so cozy. But I don't go to bed until then. So I went to bed at about 11:30. Woke up at 3:30. Couldn't wait. Woke up early, actually. Forced myself to lay in bed a little bit longer just because I didn't want to get up before the alarm, knowing that I was already lack of sleep a little bit. But my point is, you've got to look forward to your day. I can't imagine accepting, and I used to accept it, and I never was a Monday hater because you can't get to, I always filled my Monday evening with something I enjoyed. Thank you. You know why? That way you have something to look forward to. In life, we always need something to look forward to. And I'm not talking about hoping the time passes, like I can't wait until Saturday because we got a big date. I can't wait until summer because I can get my boat in the water. I can't wait until I graduate in 2 years so I can move on and go to do whatever it is. We rush things in life all the time. That's normal. I'm talking about a different type of time structure. You know what I mean? Of not wasting time. I don't know if I'm making myself clear in that. It's important, and we don't do it. We neglect our own happiness. Find what we like. I say it all the time. It's a broken record. You might think you're listening to an old show right now. It's so important. We forget that. So today, we take it back. We're always talking about courts. Now we know everybody's suing everybody for everything, right? And now we know all about the Constitution and our rights and what's not our rights. We know all about those things now. So now we're going to hold court. We're going to adopt a new constitution in our own life for us that works for us. And that will provide the happiness that we all crave. It's not the next person going to make me happy. If we could eradicate hate, if we could eradicate racism, if we could eradicate hunger, if we could eradicate all of that in the world, not everybody would be happy. Because those are not the things that make you happy. Those are the things that affect your happiness, because if something happens to you, then obviously that stinks. But we're spending the energy on the wrong thing. And I've mentioned it before, and I believe it wholeheartedly. Quit trying to make the world fit into us. Yes, gays should be able to get married. Yes, women should be able to be CEOs, and women should be able to play football and whatever, however. And I know now, let's not get into the old men and women's sports and whether or not they're transgender. We're not arguing about that. I'm not arguing about the one time that it happens. It happens so rarely that arguing about it is futile, which is useless. But if you want something to argue about, you can argue about it. The Democratic Party retains power in the Senate. My life hasn't changed one bit. I'm sorry. I know how important it is to a lot of people. I'm in control of my life. Not Trump, not Biden, not Schumer, not Pelosi, not any law they create, because you know what? It doesn't affect me. Now, the Supreme Court, that affects me, but that's a done deal. That's a done deal. The Supreme Court's decisions affect us, but the current politics, it's too late. Those people have lifetime appointments to that court. Damage done, as Neil Young sang about back in the day. we're not going to move forward. I'm not going to sit here and praise anybody, but Chuck Schumer comes out on TV the other day talking about we need to get past the condoning condoning violent behavior, the rhetoric, all those things. There's no side. Your side didn't lose. If you're a Democrat, your side didn't win. That is the mentality of divisiveness right there. My side is the majority of us, we the people. And we the people said, we're split, period. Let's face it. But it's more than politics. It's okay to disagree with it. Now, here I live in Dearborn, Michigan, a big deal going on again. The books, banning the books in a school library. The nuts and bolts get lost in the emotion of it. We're talking school library, public school library. We're not talking about the public library that you take your kid, the city runs it, or something like that. The access to books needs to be controlled for certain levels of our education youth. That's my opinion. I can be wrong. That's okay. Hit me up. You know how to get a hold of me? Sapphire'S Soup du Jour. You can hit us up on the app, 9397 Networks app. It's free. You don't even got to pay for it. You can hit us up on 9397network.com, my page on social media, Sapphire'S Soup du Jour, Sapphire Pates, 9397 Networks YouTube, 9397 Networks social media. There's many ways to get a hold of us and tell me how you feel about things. And I'm not going to get mad at you. I'm not the one. My old man, God rest his soul, he was a good dude. He wasn't perfect by any stretch, man, but he was a good dude. And he used to say, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I never understood the depth of that. But when it comes to an apology, when it comes to certain things, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And in other things, there's the gray area, right? So I always took that into account. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't have that in everything, every aspect of society, every realm of society, right? We've got to be able to look down at our neighbor down the street, not down upon them. Look down the street at a neighbor and go, wow, I can't understand how they feel the way they feel. But they're good people. They don't hurt nobody. They're just different than us. Isn't that what it's all about? Quiet it down in here a little bit. I forgot that the heat was on. So now if you hear the roar of the crowd behind me has settled down, it was just a heater. It's okay. But we're getting it through on a Monday. I was holding off as long as I could for the heater. But after the weekend, the building, it's pretty much empty. And it's colder than it can be in here. So I like the heater on. Unfortunately, I wanted to wait till December, but it didn't happen. I had to pause 1 second for for coffee. We are to do station identification. You know who you're listening to. You know what you're doing here. And we appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let's see. We are listening to the Bengals in the background. We got the music right. I'm looking at all the levels now because I'm just a chatterbox. So I'm making sure everything's going smoothly. I've gotten no comments yet so that I can see. That's a good thing because sometimes people will let me know, hey, this isn't working good. And I got to know it. One of the things we're talking about later, I posted a picture on my social media, Sapphire'S Soup du Jour Facebook page. I shared it on my Sapphire Pates page, and we're going to talk about it coming up, but you can prepare a statement if you need to, because we're going to talk. Parents take their son to celebrate his 5th birthday at Hooters. I don't have a problem with it. We're going to look at the picture. And you can look at it as well if you want to. It's on my page, Sapphire'S Soup du Jour, Facebook. Sapphire Pate's Facebook page. Google 5-year-old boy goes to party to Hooters. It'll pop up. We'll talk. Well, actually, let's talk about it now. Why not? He's standing on a chair with, oh, I don't know. It looks like duck lips. I don't know what the hell the kid's doing. There's a beer sitting in front of him. I doubt it's his, but in the picture, he's standing on a chair. There's 3 Hooters girls. Basically, it looks like they would be singing happy birthday to him. So if you're offended immediately by looking at the picture, you got to understand one thing. The ladies are wearing a tank top, but there's sleeves on it. So it's not like a tank top. It's a lower cut white shirt that says Hooters. And their cleavage is showing, but not terribly. Nothing other than what you'd see on a normal summer day. They're in orange shorts, and they're all wearing nude pantyhose. They're not revealing anything other than some cleavage, but not an extraordinary amount of cleavage. So if they were all just wearing, I don't know, black shorts and any other company in the world logo on that shirt, I dare say this would not be a story. These are not topless places. I've been to them. Wasn't a big fan of their wings. Maybe it was a bad day. I don't know. I've only been there once or twice. My brother, who's a devout Christian and a family man, takes his kids there. They don't go for the boobs. I'm sure they don't mind them, but they don't oogle and google over them. They go for the food. They like the wings. They like the food there. I forget what else they get, the crab legs or something like that. It's neat for kids because it's kind of like you're going somewhere that you act like it's an adult. You remember when you were a kid, you used to pull out the Winky to the scrambled HBO channels and just hope for a peek of a boob or something, right? So you could finish the job. We understand all that. It's okay. But understand this. Everything's dependent upon what you and your family like. This is a perfect example of stay in your lane. I mean, if it's not for you, you got to look at the picture. We break it down. There's a beer in the picture that is in front of the kid. So if the kid is standing on his chair, you can see that there's a regular styrofoam cup with the lid on it and a straw. That's probably that kid's drink. It's probably a Coke or a Pepsi or whatever the kid drinks. But then there's a beer sitting there that's had a couple drinks out of it. It's a pint right in front of the kid. So that looks bad, but we know that it's more than likely the dad or the mom sitting there drinking the beer. But the picture, we can make it look like irresponsible parents left and right. The 3 ladies that they are showing in the picture are the Hooters girls. You cannot even, there's nothing wrong with what they're wearing. So the connotation or the stereotype that they're provocatively dressed, it's not true. It's not true. Hooters, the name, at least they use an owl. But they do have, let's not pretend it's not Hooters, right? Hooters, we know. Okay, we're not pretending that it's not that. A child would not have any recollection, would not know. They would look at the logo, and the only perception they would get of that would be owls go hoot. Give a hoot, don't pollute, never be a dirty bird. Remember that PSA back in the day? We have the preconceived notion that it's bad. You're sexualizing women. Have you watched a shampoo commercial lately? Have you watched any type of commercial lately? Boobs sell. Period. Period. Boobs sell. Sex sells. Go ahead and pretend it doesn't. Go ahead. That's up to you. You can pretend it doesn't. You can bury your head in the sand. Sex sells. Period. So we like to get offended. This all ties into what we're talking about how we can contain our emotions and live a better life. Stay in your lane. Don't tread on me. All these cliche sayings that really do mean something, right? Period. Stay in your lane. If it's not for you, see, America is a infinite highway. Every family, every individual person has their own lane. How many people in America? That's how many lanes there are. Now, I know you're probably going to say, well, if they're illegal, they got to drive on the shoulder. Whatever, Mary. I'm not worried about that part right now. We're not talking about that. That's another thing that only affects you when it affects you. And when it does, it's egregious usually. An illegal immigrant breaks into Pelosi's house looking for Nancy and attacks the husband while the cops are there. Not even like, man, if I'd have gotten you here 10 minutes ago, I'd have beat your brains in. But no, the cops were there and he did it. Those type of things, people go, well, he's an illegal citizen, shouldn't even be there. Yeah, there's that. But I've never been affected. I've never lost an opportunity of employment due to an illegal citizen. I'll venture to say, well, I bet I've interacted with them because never mind why, stereotypical reasons, so I'm not going to say it. But I know that I probably ran into illegal people that are not legal to be here through working or whatever. Doesn't mean they're all bad people. We get wild up about things that don't affect us. I've never lost a job. Nobody's ever harmed a loved one of mine that's been an illegal immigrant that I know of. So I get spun up about, oh, these illegals are taking all of our jobs. They're not taking my job, so why am I worried about it? Well, you got to be empathetic and you got to worry about everybody. No, I don't. Sorry, not sorry. How about if I worry enough about me that you don't have to? There's a concept. Just an idea. Now, don't take this as I don't care about people. I think if you know me, you know better. I mean, I cry almost every show, usually because of the dog, though. But, you know, whatever. It's still a human. It's still a life, not a human life. But we always, how can I put this? We always seek for something different. It's time to stop that. It's time to bask in the moment, right? It's, what do they call it? Relish in the moment. I don't know. Enjoy the moment. Live in the moment. We all got to grow gardens. We all got to become less dependent on everybody else in our lives. They did a study about all the processed foods and how bad it is for us and how it's taken good quality years off our lives and all this. Well, then let's take back some of this ownership. We don't owe it to people to buy their product. Go down the street. I had a beautiful drive Friday, hour away from home, headed west on I-94 from Detroit area, west past Ann Arbor, into the hills, down, beautiful, down through farmland. And on the side of the road, they've got eggs and they've got, beautiful. That's where we got to get back to. I know it's easier to just run to the corner store and get all that, but let's start making an effort to minimalize, right? What do we really need in our fridge? You see these refrigerators where we're stocked full and we feel so comfy at night, right? Knowing our refrigerator's filled. We've got pizza rolls and bagel bites, and we've got frozen pizzas, and we've got chicken wings and all these frozen things. You can just microwave them, or you can bake them for 30 minutes, and you're not baking them, you're thawing them out. When you buy chicken wings that are already frozen, they're cooked most of the time. Not always, but a lot of the times you can get them, and you can get them either way when it comes to chicken wings. So, but we sacrifice the time And if we look back at it at the end of it all, we would literally look back and say, I would have rather have spent the time, because there's a beauty, there's a family togetherness in making the kids go outside with you and tend to the little garden you've got. And no, you're not going to feed 6 families, but you're not even going to feed your family entirely. But not only are you going to take a little bit of load off of the food bill, you're teaching your kids things. It's nature. Different conversations are had around a garden than around an Xbox. Neither one are bad conversations. Different conversations are had when you're distracted by nothing other than the sound of a crackling fire at night and the sound of a couple things in the woods or whatever. There's no TV, there's no radio, there's no any other influence. Different conversations are had. I mean, and it's where we can get back to going, we spend what, 48 weeks a year so that we can, if you're lucky, you get 4 weeks vacation a year. If you're lucky, you get 4 weeks of vacation a year. And if it's true that 60+% of the people in America are living paycheck to paycheck, there ain't nobody hardly taking 4 vacations a year. So even if you're on vacation, we call them staycations, right? Well, even if that's the case, we're not going places. Some do. Some are able to go places 4 weeks out of the year and go different places, but that's not the reality. So, not the best use of time, where you spend so much of your time working toward a small goal. And then when you're on vacation, let's face it, it can be stressful when things don't go scheduled properly. And if it's rain or if it's weather or travel plans get kiboshed for whatever reason, there's so many things that can go wrong and ruin your time of relaxation that you don't even get to relax when you're on your vacation. That's the American way nowadays. How about there's nothing wrong with having a vacation every time you're not working? Life is not supposed to be humdrum, misery, work, responsibility. You got a responsibility to yourself to construct the life that you enjoy. And we allow ourselves, I'm looking at CNN right now. There's people going, I can't believe that the Democrats held the Senate. We got 2 more years of this and that. That's the wrong mentality. We want our government to win. Now, will they in the eyes of every person? No. If you're not a Democrat, you certainly don't believe that we're going to win. But we've certainly got to hope they do. And that's where now it's burn the house down if we don't win mentality. That is not real life. That is not progress. 7:33 a.m. Eastern Time. You're listening to Sapphire'S Soup du Jour on Hot 93.97. We'll be right back. Keep it locked. Gab. That's all I do. 33 minutes of just not shutting the hell up. Barely got a drink of coffee. All right, going to break. We'll be back. 1. Make sure first. 2, 3. Be back in 7:53. See you shortly. Bye.
Welcome to Adam's Apple, your neighborhood LGBT bar serving all your favorite drink. With friendly and knowledgeable bartenders that keep the party going and make sure your needs are met.
It's the cheers of the gay bar. Your bartenders know who's coming in, where they're going to sit, how long they're going to be.
Kick back and enjoy some fresh air on their large enclosed heated patio. Open year-round with music and weekly barbecues. Karaoke every Thursday night where you're the star. And Mexican Fiesta on the last Monday of every month. Located at 18931 West Warren, Detroit, Adam's Apple.
Hello again. We're back. Oh boy. I said 7:53 and I meant it. Here we go. Oh boy. Almost. All right, we are back. You're listening to Sapphire'S Soup du Jour on Monday morning. You get the Monday morning blues? Sucks to be you. Change your life, make it better, right? There's no reason to ever wake up on a day and not be completely happy and ecstatic. Speaking of happy, happy days. You remember the Fonz? I don't know if you remember Happy Days or not, but what a great show. It was a sitcom back in the 70s, and it was based out of like the 50s or 60s or something like that. I think it was the 50s. And the Fonz was the cool guy that could just smack the jukebox and make a song play. And nobody could beat him up, right? There'd be 8, 9 gang members, not gang like we see gang members today, but you know, the greasers and all that. And just never got beat up, never lost a woman, and everybody fell on her over the just tripped over themselves to be near him. That was the Fonz. Henry Winkler, who talk about a stereotype. He was the Fonz, the coolest dude on TV, right? Motorcycle driving, womanizing. Everybody just fell for him. All the guys wanted to be him. And then he couldn't get work because everybody knew him as that. But did you know that obviously we know Grease, the movie Grease, and we know that John Travolta was in Grease. He was Danny in Grease. Well, he wasn't the first choice. Yeah, well, there's that. Just, I guess it's a good example of taking the opportunity. And even John Travolta, now that who you just heard was Henry Winkler, the Fonz, who did, he was the Fonz. And he was the coach in Waterboy. He did other movies as well, which it was very odd seeing Henry Winkler as the coach in Waterboy because he was, what would you call it? He was vulnerable. He was sensitive. So the Fonz was never like that. So we get these preconceived notions of something, and what we've been talking about this morning is bad Mondays and having the ingrained misery in our lives. But it's also we see somebody and we see them in that role, and in this case, an acting role. But in any role we see, it could be that he didn't take the chance. And did it affect his whole entire life? Maybe not. He was still a well-known actor for what he did. we look gift horses in the mouth, right? There's another cliche. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. If you don't understand it, maybe you should look into that a little bit. Opportunities present themselves. We have to take them and be aware of them, but also we have to present our own opportunities. And when we want the opportunity of happiness, we have to shut out things we can't control. We missed a very good day yesterday. Yesterday, Sunday, November 13th, World Kindness Day. Well, when I tell you, we already know how bad we need that. I mean, we need more kindness in the world, me included. I can be bitchy, you know. I can be not so pleasant when I don't get my way. That's not the way to always be. It's not always me first. I was saying earlier, we got to do self-care. Me first to a point. So yesterday, World Kindness Day. Today, I don't know, National Family PJ Day. I don't know how I can celebrate something like that. However, we're going to do what we call making the best out of anything. So let's celebrate PJ Day. What are some things you could do in family PJ Day? I see sitting around the fire, or if you don't have a fireplace or an electric fireplace like I do, sitting around the living room watching movies, eating popcorn or your favorite snacks as a family, phones put away, just watching a movie, engaged in the movie, or your favorite show. Maybe you like Rugrats. I don't know. The family likes it. It's a family show that everybody can watch, and you watch episode after episode of that. Maybe try Gilligan's Island or something like that. Maybe an old show where you go, hey, kids, we're going to check this out. Maybe Gilligan's Island would work. Maybe it wouldn't. But whatever, something like that, something along that line. Always something togetherness. Family PJ Day. Obviously, when you picture that in your mind, we're not going anywhere, right? We're in our pajamas. You're in for the night. I know some people wear the pajamas to the grocery store. I feel bad for you. Get dressed. I know it's casual. I don't care. That's just me. I don't care. I don't get mad at you if I see you in the grocery store in your pajamas, but I do look at you funny and go, and you think I look silly. Good Lord, look at yourself. PJs for me, they stay home. You stay home in your PJs. Unless you're having, the PJ bar crawl or whatever. There might be a reason for pajamas. But today is National Family PJ Day. Everyone of all ages invited to wear their favorite pajamas for a party. Binge watch your favorite television series. Maybe family film. Maybe if you've got the family photographer and family filmer, maybe you watch old family movies and stuff like that. Board games, not Xbox, not PlayStation. Board games, Monopoly, Sorry. And yeah, you can play them on the Xbox. And if that's all you have, you're then fine. But sitting down with nothing plugged in but the light above you, no phones, nothing, just sitting there playing. There's something about it. It's not quite like sitting in the garden, getting your hands into the nature of the soil of the earth. There's peace to that. Unless you're digging a grave. That is not. Maybe you do a little holiday shopping online with your pajamas on with the youngest family members to get them the presents they need for their loved ones, right? It's very difficult taking them all to the store, right? It's very difficult. So everybody wants to buy a gift for their siblings. And this way you can spend a little bit of time online with them. Or maybe while they're sleeping, you go online and do your shopping. I'm a shopper who I want to go out in the stores and get it. But I'm not doing that in my pajamas. Now, how many families have matching pajamas? They're probably the same families that have the family Christmas card on the picture on the Christmas card every year. It's known as tacky. It's the most wonderful thing in the world to see a family gather for a Christmas picture because you get to see the progress of the family together year after year. What's the most important thing in the world? Family, friends, not money, family, friends, memories that come from family and friends. Priceless way to mark an occasion. Take a picture. It does last longer, lasts forever. Well, so grab your coziest PJs and spend the day watching movies with the family. Now, if your family's grown and gone like mine are, you may spend your day at the Adam's Apple and Hayloft playing pool and darts. On Monday, it's underwear night at the Hayloft Saloon, where men meet men, but everybody's welcome. And I will tell you, I do wear my underwear on underwear night at the Hayloft, under my clothes. You're not going to see me in my skivvies. Mm-hmm. So we do that. Now, if you are looking for that special bra or maybe the panties that fit any size hardware down there, so to speak, Janet's Closet. Go to janetscloset.com, janetsdungeon.com for that. Now, I don't know if janetsdungeon.com has the earned butt plug, as we talked about Friday, the lady in the United Arab Emirates getting pulled over in the airport for having a suspicious package inserted in her butt, which turned out to be the ashes of her boyfriend in a butt plug urn that said forever engraved on it. You're welcome. Mm-hmm. Not sure how that story morphed into this, but there we have it, and it was well worth the listen, I'm sure. Speaking of that, be sure to check out janetscloset.com and janetsdungeon.com. Also, if you're not in town, you can plan your visit. Go to Facebook, check out Adam's Apple, the Detroit Cheers of the LGBT bars, Hayloft Saloon, where men meet men. Everybody's welcome. And we go play pool and darts there, and it's a blast. So make sure you check them out. Proud sponsors of Sapphire'S Soup du Jour, and they're not just a sponsor. I go there. I know them, all of them. Good peoples. And we're going to all wear our pajamas out tonight. Not. Although you could for underwear night if you sleep in your undies. You could always do that if you want to. We're still not done talking about the 5-year-old kid that went to Hooters with the family. And we're going to read a couple of comments that came in on both sides of the story. And people, we on this show, we don't unfriend you for a different point of view. I don't have this, no ifs, ands, or buts. I can't tell you you're free to think the way you want, but not if it hurts my point of view. No. We don't do that on Sapphire'S Soup du Jour. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're free to think the way you want to, and I will base how you treat me and others on how I feel about you. Your point of view on who you vote for does not make you a bad person. Me judging you about who you vote for and acting in some sort of way because you vote that way, because I feel I have the moral high ground, that is making me part of the problem. So I won't do that. We have an open forum to agree to disagree if that makes you feel better, but we don't have to agree to disagree. We can just disagree and still go have a nice cold pop, a coffee, an adult beverage. We can take a walk in the park together. We don't have to get all mad about it. You can. I'm more secure than that. We got a peanut gallery outside here. You can hear them probably too. This is a cute story before we get too far back into the 5-year-old birthday party and all the comments and everything. Rudolph, see this, who writes these headlines for me? Rudolph comes early this year. Deer breaks into a home after mistaking a reindeer decoration for a possible mate. I mean, I've heard it all before, but now add this to the list. Deer breaks into the home. We are in Wisconsin. Good morning, Wisconsin, just outside of Milwaukee in West Allis, Wisconsin. A couple has quite a scare when an unusual intruder breaks into the home and refuses to leave. Not a barricaded gunman, not a barricaded gun woman, a horny deer. Nobody would believe, they say, that a full-grown deer is trapped upstairs in my house and cannot find its way out. But a week ago, the Sujecki family had that an uninvited guest. A full-grown buck ran through their front door and into their living room. They didn't realize what it was until it came running out of the living room. It didn't go through the door where it could have gotten out. It ran right past me and up the steps. Could you imagine the luck of that? So now this thing is scared, running around in an unfamiliar area trying to get out. The deer got scared, trapped itself upstairs trying to exit the building. Well, deer don't know where the exit sign is. So bleeding from the mouth, bleeding from the leg, looking through every upstairs window for a place to go. Thankfully, it didn't jump because a deer doesn't know there's glass there. And if you jump, you're going to get cut and all that. They just look and they go, the woods. But then they look, it was too high. So trapped, scared, and bleeding, the deer tore their house apart, breaking glass, bleeding all over all their possession, even managed to poke holes in their ceiling with its antlers. I mean, terrifying. Just trying to find a way out. But the deer couldn't find a way out, remained trapped for 3 hours going from room to room. Good thing it didn't have a heart attack. So their son shows up with the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources, and somehow they got the deer to calm down. I would have to think it was a tranquilizer. I mean, you can't talk it down unless the deer speaks English, which I doubt. The warden could not believe what he saw when he arrived on the scene. They were able to scare the deer out of the room it was trapped into. They had closed all the other doors off upstairs. They were able to direct the deer back down the steps and back out the front door. No deer died in the making of this story, and that is why you hear the round of applause in the background. I dare say I don't want to get to the bottom of this story and see the charges are pending for home invasion. We run a tight shipwreck around this country, and we're not going to have shenanigans of this sort. The only thing they can think of, it's unclear why this deer chose to break into the home, except for they have holiday reindeer that look pretty damn real, and the one looked like a nice mate, like Dasher and Prancer. Which one's the girl? Prancer had an unwelcome suitor, they said, coming after a blow-up doll deer. Like, you're horny as heck when that happens. But, see, sex is normal with consenting adults, not consenting deer. Don't get your panties in an uproar. I couldn't imagine the terror. Let's see, let's hope this doesn't just blast. Of course, it's a big hot mess. No way to control the volume, so no, not worth it. Unbelievable things that happen. You're sitting in your living room, and a deer busts through. We feel so protected by these windows, don't we? And these small doors. Like, we'll just lock the storm door. A 16-year-old, 145-pound kid can pull that right off of the hinge And we think that's protecting us from wildlife. Oh no, baby, it ain't. I mean, I've got great news. I got great news for myself personally. The Lions have won 2 games in a row. I'm a huge Lions fan. I take pride in being a Lions fan because I'm smart about it. No money ever invested, right? Minimal, less than $100 in my lifetime of being a Lions fan invested in the debacle we call the Detroit Lions. But they won 2 division games in a row, and it's a beautiful thing. Perseverance. Yesterday, a little pat on my own back. I called the game 33-32. Detroit at the end would pull out a shocker. It was 31-30, so pretty close. But when you do that, you don't pinpoint the score all the time, but you're basically saying it's going to be a higher scoring game separated by about a point or so. And I just happened to get lucky that it was all that made me look very well educated in football, which I am, but you still can't guess how the outcome is going to be. You can think you're going to guess, but you just never know. That's why they play the game. I'm enjoying my Monday morning coffee. Excuse my rudeness, but it's the way we do it here. Here we go. I still, we'll get back to that later about the 5-year-old. I want to hear a couple more comments and all that, but I just think that we overreact to certain things. I have more of a problem with violence than sexuality. All right, now this is a story. It's high time those bongs resumed, right? And I'm not talking about the 2 bongs, Cheech and Chong type bongs. This is international news. We all have heard of Big Ben, right? The bells of Elizabeth Tower, including Big Ben, after 5 years of restoration work, are returning to regular service. I don't think that's what they sound like. Big Ben will be struck 11 times at 11 o'clock on Remembrance Sunday, which was yesterday, to mark the beginning of the 2-minute silence. I just wanted you to know that. If you're there, could you imagine going all the way to Europe to see Big Ben and then it doesn't bong? Like, you don't get your money back for that. So when you're going to go watch something bong, I know all the stoners are going, where's the bong? Monday, wake and bake. No, not that, pothead. Lord, is that all you guys think about now that it's legal? Elon Musk, not news. Russia, not news. Monkeypox, not news. That's a good thing. It's a very good thing. Now this is news. What, you've heard the saying, what's in the water? Uh-oh, hold on a minute. We got Mayday, Mayday. You've heard what's in the water, right? People go, what's in the water there? It's, the stereotypical, the big Midwestern corn-fed boys that can play defensive tackle in the NFL, and the big-breasted girls. Must be what's in the corn there in Iowa that make them girls have the big boobs and all that, right? What's in the water? How can we get so many people in one area to look and be a certain way? Now you can ask that about Shreveport, Louisiana. Maybe this is why Louisiana State University is always very athletic. Maybe this is part of it. Maybe there's something in the water. Shreveport has twice the national average of meth, amphetamines, in its wastewater. Shreveport has twice the national average of methamphetamine in its wastewater. Now, I don't know what that means exactly, okay? We know, I mean, we do know what it means, obviously. We know what it means. But do we really know what that means? If they've got twice the national average, let's break this sentence down because that's important to do. There's a national average of methamphetamine in our wastewater? That's my first question. I know I look good in the burlap bag. Thank you. That's my first question. How in the world do we have methamphetamines, a national average of it in our wastewater? Well, we know how it gets there. But Shreveport's wastewater contains double the amount of meth than anywhere else in the country. According to Nick Goders, the executive director of Louisiana Addiction Research Center, he says there's a lot of methamphetamine use up here. Genius. I know in the southern parts of the state, opioids are a big problem, but opioids are less of a problem up in the northern parts. Methamphetamines has been a problem at least 10 years up there. They use specialized equipment to detect methamphetamines in wastewater. And when the results came in for Shreveport, the American election, they called for a recount. Hello, Just Bob. How are you?
Well, good morning, Sapphire. Well, how...
What?
I said I am doing well, thanks. How are you?
I'm fabulous. Once I figure out what volume controls my headphone speaker, I'll be even better.
I gotcha.
Oh, I found it. Breaking news. Well, it's not breaking news, but we love to say that. Breaking news.
Broken news, yeah.
I got problems here. Breaking news. I can't control my damn board. Here we go. Back to the Bengals. All right. Breaking news. Shreveport, Louisiana has double the amount of methamphetamines in their wastewater than the national average, which means the national average, there's a national average of methamphetamines in our wastewater, which means somewhere somebody listening to this show right now has just begun playing bobbin for methamphetamines in their toilet going, it's in here somewhere. If it's in the wastewater, if I drink enough of this toilet water, I'll be higher than a kite.
Man. What are we doing?
Pretty serious stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
They use specialized equipment to detect meth in wastewater, to which I think now on the shelf at the local hardware store, I've never seen a meth wastewater detector. Who makes those?
Good question. There's certainly not filters for them as far as I know. I mean, to try to filter your drinking water and stuff, I don't know that it filters out that.
Another unsettling topic here, wastewater. We think of what? Poop and pee.
Right.
Fecal matter. But don't worry. While the city of Shreveport's water system purifies wastewater before it reuses it, we're still concerned about rural water systems and how meth in wastewater can impact the environment and food system. Let's get back to the wastewater being used over again. We're drinking poop water. Is that what we're doing?
Well, it recycles. It goes through the system of cleansing, but it's all coming from the same place.
So it's
the
bleached
same,
poop water. So when you get up in the morning and you get a big cold glass of water from the tap, you're drinking toilet water that's been refiltered. Somebody had the Hershey squirts and they somehow got the color out of it. Fresh taste of water in the morning.
Think of those ice cubes that you're floating in your beverage. Double up on the alcohol to kill the germs, right?
Now they're worried if it gets into our food supply, there'll be a huge problem. Everybody will move to Shreveport. Well, we won't move there, but we'll be sure shopping for groceries there.
Well, the price is right.
Even in Europe, it's not an American thing. Even in Europe, studies indicate that methamphetamine in wastewater is contaminating lakes and has been found in trout.
I mean, it had to happen at some point.
So our fish are on meth. That's crazy. That's crazy talk.
Now,
It's not a surprise.
No, I mean, and how potent is it? Not that it should be there at all, but I mean, it's not like you're using it fresh from the meth source. It's gone through various,
Right.
various usages and filtrations and everything else. So the trace
How
of
much
it.
liquefied poop water does it take to unmeth methamphetamine?
Now, see, that's a good question.
No, it's not. It's a horrible question.
Well, it's a good question.
Well, yeah, the answer is now being seeked out, much like the how many licks does it take to get to the middle of a Tootsie Roll Pop?
Yes.
How
many
much poop water will dilute methamphetamine to a safe drinking level? Let's filter that sentence out. We're
Yeah.
drinking poop water, people.
We have been for a long time, though. I mean, this is nothing new. Poop
And that's
water
just
in a
put in
bottle.
a bottle and sold. It's the same
Yeah,
thing.
it's the same thing.
Yeah,
You're not getting anything different.
bamboozled completely.
No, but it's been going on forever. How long have we had a central water system that has, provided, quote, fresh drinking water and at the same time cleaned up the poop water? So the water's the vehicle for all the other stuff to be moved.
It's like the old adage, don't look in the kitchen at your favorite restaurant.
Right.
Right?
You don't
Don't
want to know.
look in the kitchen of your favorite restaurant. You may never eat there again. Don't worry about what's in the water. Don't worry about the neighbor down the street who gets Taco Bell 4 days a week. Don't worry that you're drinking their remnant water. We just filtered it for you.
Thank you very much. At least thanks for filtering,
Yummy, yummy. It makes me want lemonade.
What are we going to do about it, though?
I'm professional there. That's because I
Uh-oh.
forgot to turn it back down after I was checking our volumes on the air.
Right.
Now I
check
went
the app.
ahead and got a demerit.
Oh, no.
Well, while I'm at it, I might as well finish my job.
You're doing it for work purposes. I mean,
All right. That's the last time I'm going through that. We're going to get to that song eventually, but not yet. We're on our own schedule. Did you see that I typed in about, I talked about the 5-year-old kid going to Hooters
yes.
for his birthday? And we got some comments on that. One comment, let me look them up real quick here. One comment was, I say let them be kids for a while before taking them to places like this. I'm sure he does not understand that yet, but I'm also sure that that child would have rather went somewhere that he could play arcade games, go-karting. There are many other options out there than Hooters for children. Don't be a selfish parent just so you can get a show. Another comment, anyone who would have an issue has clearly never been to a Hooters. They're not wearing thong bikinis, for God's sake. We took my son when he was a baby because my brother-in-law won an all-you-can-eat wing dinner for 10 people.
True.
Every time my son would get fussy, a waitress would pluck him from my arms and walk him around. Yes, we totally took him there for a birthday dinner or two when he was little. We've always taught my son that boobs are for feeding babies, so it wasn't sexualized.
Well, right.
I like it.
Yeah, they've seen boobs before.
I've been to Hooters.
Mm-hmm. As have I.
Look at the picture on my page that I posted. They are dressed like any other person on a hot summer day. I don't see anything wrong with it. It's what we make it to be, right? It's what we make it to be. There's a video that is captured in that story, and they put the kid, there's two of them little plastic sippy cups that are like a cone, and they put them in his mouth so it was like a beak, and then he's got two round pans to flap his wings, and they're singing happy birthday to him. So yeah, you could argue they're making a fool of the kid, but the kid's doing it just because he doesn't know any better. It's his birthday.
And he might be having fun.
He was having fun.
Yeah.
I personally didn't see anything wrong with it, but I love the fact, and I know the comment that said they shouldn't go is from a mother of a child. There's no right and wrong with these things, and that is the beauty of it. We're allowed to have our own opinion. We're allowed to train our children in the way they will go. Now, here's the beauty. If I've got a child and I know that my good friend is against Hooters, I'm not having a party at Hooters for my son because I want close family and friends to enjoy the company. It's not important for me to have it at Hooters. Now, if my son says, I want my party at Hooters because they love the food or whatever the reason is, they just like the atmosphere, that's another story. You give the kid what they want. Then you explain to your friends, look, this is their idea. We're not going there to oogle over the girls. But there's a choice to be made. Other people would say, no, I'm not letting my kid go. They're not wrong.
Right.
There's no reason to argue about it, right? But they would. Not in particular with these people, but we know how that goes.
In general, we tend to get awfully uptight about a lot of things that really, in the bigger picture, aren't as important. There are an awful lot of bigger picture things going on that we need to be more uptight about.
Amen.
And stuff like this isn't really, like you say, they're all dressed. It's not like the kid was being held there under duress or anything. He was having a good time.
Absolutely.
And so what's the big deal?
It's the conception, the perception. It's the perception that they think it's like a softcore booby bar. Right, where you see the naked ladies, where you see the topless ladies.
Yeah, well, if the girls were touching themselves inappropriately and things like that, whole different story. I don't care, clothes or not. But they're not. They're not. They're dressed up in summer type attire, basically.
And I dare said earlier, and I'll dare say again, if they were any other franchise, it'd be a moot point.
Right.
Because nobody would care. But Hooters, and yeah, there is that sexual connotation there. We're not going to pretend like it's not there. But as an adult or an older child, they know about it. A 5-year-old only knows what they're taught. If dad goes, we're going to see all the nice looking boobs at Hooters.
Well, yeah.
Then that's one thing. But if that's not the case, then
and for a kid's sake too, Hooters. They have an owl in their logo, so it's about the owl. Owls give a hoot. It's you can position. It's part in how you position it and how much of a panic you make about it. Like I said, if the behavior was different there, if the girls were doing things that you wouldn't expose a child to, then that makes perfect sense. But they're not. They don't. And let's get more upset about something else.
And the beauty of it is we can pick and choose if we want our child to go there.
Right.
And if it's not right for your child, that doesn't mean that your child can't be friends with this person. It just means that you have a difference of opinion about one particular issue. Move on.
Right. And again, you don't have to be all dramatic about it. It's just like you either are going to go or not go. It doesn't have to be this big anxious thing. It's just, that's not quite for us, but we'll catch you next time,
Yeah. Right.
And move on. We have things to
you.
worry about, like meth in the toilet water and things like that. Don't worry about
God. I can't. I just thinking about all that stuff is like, I don't want to know about it. I don't want to know. It's worrisome that we have so many drugs in our system. Not our personal system, our water system.
Right.
You know, kind of scary.
Which gets into our system, and then that's kind of scary. So,
all right, we're going to break. When we get back, we're going to cover a story about a guy that left Cockermouth headed for Licky End. Oh yeah, it's called the Rude Tour.
well,
Yeah.
all right.
All
I'll
the-
be back.
yeah.
I'll be back.
Oh God, yeah, it's well worth the wait, and you can't get these type of names in America. Let's just say that.
That's right.
You have to travel abroad for this. Keep it locked. You're listening to Sapphire'S Soup du Jour on Hot 93.97. We'll be right back. Finally playing the song that was supposed to be played hours ago. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We come back at 8:54.
Okay.
So 20
I will.
minutes.
I'm gonna go sneeze, and I'll be back.
All right.
Welcome to Adam's Apple, your neighborhood LGBT bar serving all your favorite drink. With friendly and knowledgeable bartenders that keep the party going and make sure your needs are met.
It's the cheers of the gay bar. Your bartenders know who's coming in, where they're going to sit, how long you're going to be.
Kick back and enjoy some fresh air on their large enclosed heated patio. Open year-round with music and weekly barbecues. Karaoke every Thursday night where you're the star. And Mexican Fiesta on the last Monday of every month. Located at 18931 West Warren, Detroit, Adam's Apple.
Oh boy. All right, there we go. Back in black. Or got black pants on. Oh, lordy, lordy. All right. Monday. We still got 4 minutes. We come back at 8:54. We got wait. How do we got that much longer? Oh, because we got a song after this one too. No, we don't. We got 4. I don't know. We come back at 8:56. How'd that work? Oh, I am missing a song. There we go. It's Like That from Run DMC coming up next. Holla. What's up later? I don't know. We'll find out. I'm chilly. I'm not liking it. I turned the heat off because it sounded like an airplane taxiing behind me. But the heater's not that loud, but it's loud enough, you know. Trying to hold out as long as I can. My mindset and mentality are I'm going to enjoy winter. Bull crap. I'm already dreading it. But I'm looking forward to next year, getting my little boat in the water, fishing, enjoying, taking back parts to make me happy when I'm at work and I want to get out of here to escape, which no matter how much you love your job, you want to do things different, you do other things. Go out there, go do some fishing. I'm going to learn how to fish. I'm not a good fisher person. I know how to put a worm on the hook and all that, but I want to learn how to, if you're looking for certain fish and where how to know what, just, and I'm not going to go a fish finder or nothing like that. I don't need to fish. I want to. So I don't care if I catch something or not. I'm going to catch a buzz. No, just kidding. I'll be driving. Ooh, excuse me. I want to go to Hooters for my birthday. I got to find a wing joint. I was disappointed a couple weeks ago. I hadn't been to Buffalo Wild Wings in forever. And I went, they weren't done enough. The wings were bigger, but not done. And that sucked. Well, let's see. Tom Brady makes history in Germany. Donald Trump going to announce, they think, his run for office. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'll let you decide. What I'm not going to do is get my panties in a bunch about it. America will speak. They spoke the other day, right? We voted, and it was so narrow a margin that it's still not completely finished, but I think is decided. 50 seats for the Democrats, 49 for the Republicans, with 1 to go. So at best it can be is a split, no majority. I don't know how that works, but then the majority would be obviously the Democratic vice president. Maybe it's not obvious if I got to say that in the form of a question, but whatever. Man departs Cockermouth heading for Licky End. Some of the beginning of a terribly interesting porno. Not that we know anything about pornography, just because billions of people watch it, but nobody watches it. Nobody watches it, but most watched thing ever. Coffee's tasting good, still lukewarm. Crazy comebacks and insane catches. Oh, the Minnesota Vikings and Buffalo Bill game. Yeah, that was a crazy game. Crazy game. Oops, I just deleted my page. Let me undelete it. Well, you can't undelete it. You got to go click it again. That's how that works. 3 minutes and 41 seconds until we go back on the air. Oh, beautiful. Another one of these stories. Happily ever after. Oh, we never learn. We never learn. Where are we at? 3 minutes. I got to make sure I don't fall asleep at the wheel here. Crash right into an iceberg or something. No offense to those who survived the the Titanic. Good Lord. Got to be careful what you say. Everything's offensive now. Everything's offensive. I can't believe how many people would kill their partners and chop them up and put them into barrels and stuff. That's just thought off of my head. Thanksgiving's right around the corner, isn't it? Thanksgiving is next Thursday, isn't it? Ain't it? Is it not? Oh, I'm looking at the results from Alaska. Sarah Palin did really good. Oh, not. Wonder why. I'm sure you'll tell me. So the Republicans currently hold the House, and the Senate currently holds, or the Democrats hold the Senate with one seat open. It looks like the best that the Republicans can do is tie. It irritates me to be speaking like it's a game, like it's one side against another, like the Lions versus the Packers or something. We're all on the same team. We're supposed to be. We got to get rid of the divisiveness, whatever you say, because we all got to be able to win. And this whole thing of not my president and all that, that's childish, it's immature, and it's non-productive. And I know you can stomp your feet around and go, but, no ifs, ands, or buts. No, it's childish to not get your way and demand other people see it your way. It's childish. It's irresponsible. It's foolish. It's America. We don't have to see it your way. We're not the Beatles. Get it? Try to see it your way. Whatever. Oh, Lordy. Once you know I'm starting to sing songs to support my cause, I've lost it. I don't know if I should drink more coffee or water. Neither one's good. Neither has alcohol in it. My liver's going, what is this filler? What is this stuff? Why are you putting that in me? My coffee is really delicious on a Monday morning. I'll tell you what, it was really delicious yesterday on a Sunday morning because I chilled like a villain yesterday. Whoops.
You're listening to WHOT Hot 93.97.
Damn right you are. Oh, yeah. Welcome back indeed on a Monday morning. My favorite day of the week. It doesn't get any better than a Monday. Said no
You
one.
do like your Monday. You do like your Mondays, don't you?
There we go. I thought you had a gold chain on, but it's your headphones.
It's just my headphones. Nothing exciting, nothing to see here, as they say.
Move along. Nothing to see here. Switch gears.
That's right. Wow, the lighting here is bizarre this morning. I think it's good actually out, and the wind's allowing this.
All right. This is known as the rudest hike for charity. A man completes the rudest hike from Cockermouth to Licky End.
Really now?
No doubt about it.
Do tell.
I will. I'm looking for something.
Oh, gotcha.
See, that's what's wrong with
charity.
9 pages.
Right. Yeah, we talked about that. That's a little cumbersome.
Yeah, I can't
locate what you're looking for.
It.
That's right. You got to be limber. Got to be nimble.
Got to be quick, like Jack be
That's right.
nimble.
That's right.
Jack was nimble.
He was. He jumped over that candlestick.
I don't know. I can't find it. It's over with now. A man has completed the United Kingdom's rudest walk from Cockermouth to his brother's address in Licky End. All for charity.
Well, at least it was charitable. Yeah.
Yeah. James Forrest 39 years old, embarked on his innuendo-fueled hilarious hike, summiting peaks such as Great Cock Up, Little Cock Up, and Andrews Knob.
My, how creative. Awful
There
lot
was
of...
also a woodland area called Nancy's Breast, a nature reserve called Knob's End, and a waterway titled Bottom's Reservoir.
He's so creative, that one.
Now, these are crudely named streets and places in Cumbria, Staffordshire, the West Midlands. They had like Cocking Yard, 10 Butts Crescent, number 2 Passage. Well, you make a left at the 10 Butts Crescent and you go right into the number 2 passageway. You take that all the way down to the Cocking Yard and you hang left at the Little Cock Up. And when you run into Andrew's Knob, oh, you'll know it. He'll scream.
You've gone too far, yes. Don't get lost, whatever you do. Who knows where you'll end up?
There was a certain poetry to it, accord to Forrest. With me living in Cockermouth and my brother moving near Licky End, a little bit of silly banter led to a bet that I would not make this. I hate losing, so I ended up going for it just to prove my brother wrong. 526 kilometers later, I reckon I might have just completed the United Kingdom's rudest hike.
We all aspire to...
What's that, Bob?
I said we all aspire to achieve things.
Yeah. He called this a journey, a celebration of the very best of British eccentricity and quirkiness.
It is a fine example.
I mean,
These are places you don't hear about these places every day.
no. He also enjoyed Willie Lane in Cockerham, Butts Fold in Cockermouth, and Twatting Street in the Licky Hills. I'm not making
What's going
this
on
up.
over there? What's going on over there anyway? These were all named a long time ago, too. This didn't just happen. I mean, they've been around a while, apparently.
Yeah. Well, he was particularly proud of himself for finding the hilariously titled Glory Hole sculpture in Bliston, West Mids. That was a tricky one to find, the Glory Hole sculpture.
I bet.
On what end is the perspective? Are you looking down through the glory hole or up into it? Because there's a whole different thing there.
Yes, the visual changes.
Are you a giver or are you a taker? It's a sculpture dedicated to industrial heritage in the region. It's called the Glory Hole, and there's a sign saying Glory Hole next to it.
Well, you have to know where you are.
I mean, it makes for an uncomfortable question when you're a tourist looking for it. Hey, can you point me into the direction of the Glory Hole?
Honey, where were you this afternoon?
Go to the Glory Hole, see what happens. He was raising money for Baggy Trousers United Kingdom, a charity tackling testicular cancer.
It all makes sense now.
Baggy Trousers
Sort of.
UK, a charity that tackles testicular cancer.
Well, at least he was doing something worthwhile. In
Now,
a roundabout way, yeah.
There's more puns to go. Lee Proctor, he's from the Innovate sports brand that supported the walk. said that he grabbed this opportunity by the balls.
No! Get out.
He grabbed this challenge by the balls and raised crucial awareness for something of huge importance.
Well, he's right.
Now, he may be the butt of a few jokes. So he visited Cockermouth, Buttsfold, Great Cockup, Little Cockup, Dale Bottom Farm, Willie Wife Moore, Little Tongue, Great Tongue, High Lick Barrow Farm, Hag End Farm, Swallow Close, Cockrig Lane, Sexton Hag, Cocking Yard, Cockersand Drive, Willie Lane, Butt Hill Lane, Brock Bottom, Clitheroe, Gamecock Inn. It's a pub in Ostwick, Lancaster. Cockbridge, Great Hardwood, Ramsbottom, Dickfield Clough, Nut Street, Doffcocker, the Doffcocker Inn, Turton Bottoms, Knob End, Titterington, Charlton Cum Hardy, Number 2 Passage, Hard Liquor Street.
Okay, you've had
hard liquor.
You've had to make some of this up.
Foreskin off.
You've had to make some of this up.
Hard liquor, no. Autumn's Mill Road, Windy Bottom Farm, Cockhead Farm, Cock Knoll, Dandycock, Andrews Knob, the Cock and Treacle. Now, owned by former racer Dick Trickle. Sour Butts Farm, Old Butt Lane, Cox Entry, Slippery Lane. They must be right next to each other.
Take a left at Old Butts Lane. Yeah, take a left at Old Butts Lane, right on Slippery Lane.
The Hemp Butt. 10 Butts Crescent, Cock Lane, Beaver Close, Doctor's Peace, Angel Passage, Glory Hole, Bell End, Bumble Hole, Licky Hills, Twaddling Road, Licky End. You're welcome. That's the end of the story.
So every one of these is a legitimate place.
Yeah. Let's see. Beaver Close in Wolverhampton. It's a street. Doctor's Peace in Willenhall. Street in West Midlands. Angel Passage in Willenhall. Alleyway in the West Midlands. So if you're in the UK and you know of any of these places, I expect to see a comment saying, I walk on Cox Trickle every day to get to work. I take Kitten Sword Chase all the way to Cox Entry.
I want to see pictures.
Of Cox Entry? All right.
Of all these places. I'm an adventurer. I want to see these things.
Old Butt Lane?
I see
that one. I think Sour Butt's Farm would be more of a scratch and sniff. More Mason-Field Cheshire. You want to stick your nose in Bottom's Reservoir? Don't stick your nose where it don't belong.
I said I just want to see. I just want to see pictures. I don't want my nose going anywhere. My eyes will be hypnotized enough, yes.
Beaver Close. Man, oh man. And these are legitimate places in the United Kingdom.
It's the gateway to Beaver Open.
Butts full.
Says who?
No, the crack in the butt is not the fold, but it could be. Brock Bottom, picnic site and nature site near Preston, United Kingdom. So you can go to Brock Bottom to eat your peanut butter and jelly.
You could. Wonder what the weather's like there.
Hard telling. I wonder if the water has a lot of methamphetamines in it.
Well, it sounds like it.
What do you do when your car gets repossessed? It means you didn't make the payment.
Well, you piss and moan, you scream, you holler, you have a tantrum, you maybe cry, and then you get up on your own 2 feet and get walking wherever you got to go, I guess. Why? What do you do?
Hard lesson learned, right? Pay your bill, and now you're walking to work. Well, Raymond Tyrone Dallas, 25 years old, from Wilkinsburg, Pennsylvania, near McKeesport, doesn't go about it that way, Bob.
No.
He didn't go, oh man, I should have paid my bill. I should have called I should have called the bank, who the lender on my bill, and talked to them and worked out something. But I didn't. So now I'm walking to work. Unless you're Raymond Tyrone Dallas, 25 years old, from Wilkinsburg, Pennsylvania. He's charged with car theft for stealing his car that was repossessed Friday afternoon. Car theft, trespassing, assault, resisting arrest, and several other charges, according to the criminal complaint. So, Raymond sees his car get taken, and not happening today. So the employees at American Recovery say they see him climbing the fence, gets into the property to take back his car. So they get into the car to pull it into the garage so he can't take his car back. Melanie Pierce is the one driving the car. He pulls her out of the car, throws her to the ground, takes the car, tries to take the car. He drove off, was later caught. Right outside of a middle school. So the police surround him. He tries to run away with the police chasing him. They eventually catch him. No further activity, and he's put in jail. What?
Well, did you really think? Did he really think he was going to get away with it? I mean,
thank you. That's like what you're going to go. You're going to go park it back at home. They already went and took it.
They already know where you live. Yeah.
You can't drive it anywhere. So what? People get so mad they don't think right.
No,
and it throws us out of our square. And we got to get back to thinking normally in an emotional situation. I don't know how you practice that. You know what I'm saying? Let me swing this banner. I don't know how you practice that.
Well, you have to have enough emotional situations to practice it, I suppose. Maybe it's from being fortunate enough not to have so many that acting out like that is instinctive as opposed to trained, But still.
There's got to be ways to do this.
Yeah.
We need to start doing the count to 10 before we speak and act thing. Let's think it out, okay? I use this example a lot, but we've spoken about examples of people going to prison because their car's getting stolen and they go outside with a gun and they shoot somebody and they go to prison for murder because you can't kill somebody over possessions. Not until you've done the deed and you're sitting in the police station in handcuffs does the what do they call that? The levity of the situation, the gravity of the situation, it comes down upon you and you realize, I just made a grave mistake. We need to be able to think it through. We're not going to get in those situations enough to be able to practice it.
Right.
So you have to allow yourself the 10 seconds to think about it, or maybe more. Maybe write that text out that you're going to send to somebody, but don't send it. And then let it sit there for a while, maybe a day or two, and then see if you still want to send it. Same with emails. But we also got to do that in the heat of a battle or heat of a conversation. We're at the bar. Someone starts talking politics. You don't like their politics. You call them a name, they call you a name. Next thing you know, you're outside rolling around. You're beating them up because you're a tough guy, and they shoot you or stab you, and now you wish you would have just said, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Let's
say nothing,
get there.
Say nothing at all, yeah.
Yeah,
Just
let's
let
get
it.
there. Let's not get to the escalation point.
Yep.
You hear a lot in the police world now, de-escalation practices, de-escalating a situation. It takes two to de-escalate it.
Yeah, and it almost makes it sound like escalating something is a choice, which it is, but in the heat of the moment, it's a reaction. It's not necessarily a choice that, like you say, had you stopped for even a second or two, that it wouldn't have taken place.
Yeah. Words, actions we've said and done, things we've said and done. We don't get them back once they're thrown.
No, that is true. That is true. And then we learn the hard way. And hopefully that sticks with you. And in the future, that 10-second rule does come to mind. So you don't want that to happen again. So,
Amy checking in on the live stream broadcast. Good morning. It's weird today. The comments are coming from all different areas, and I can't keep up with them. But we have people commenting about the 5-year-old going to Hooters.
right?
It's about 50-50. A lot of people think it's inappropriate. Some people think it's fine. And you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with either one.
Here's a compromise. Get it to go. Get
Get it
Hooters
to go. If you like the food that much, get it to go.
Yeah.
Have the Hooters party in your backyard with a piñata of a naked lady. No.
No, of a hootie owl.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Give a hoot, don't pollute.
That's right. That's right. There's ways around these things. You can have whatever environment you want. You like the food that much, get it to go. You don't have to be in there exposing the children to things you don't want to expose them to. But you can still have
if you
a
want to
wonderful...
call it exposing them to it. I mean, they're women wearing shorts and a tank top. But there's
This
full
is-
sleeves, though.
Well, and this is what I mean. And I say it, kind of tongue-in-cheek and jest and all that. It's like,
Right.
really? It's, if you go there, you'll see it's not what it sounds like.
True.
The goal is to get you to go there. That's why they named it that. They want you to go see.
Well, they do attract a certain type of clientele. I'm sure they don't miss out on the people who don't like it. Like, I'm sure they're going, hey, that's fine. Go find somewhere else to eat.
That's all right. You'd only have to, if enough of you came, then you'd have to wait for a seat anyway.
I'm sorry. I'm a non-smoker. But I think restaurants should be able to choose if they want to be a smoking or non-smoking establishment. And I think they should still offer smoking and non-smoking areas. And they have to have a placard on the front of the building saying, we are a smoking establishment that offers a non-smoking area. Or we're a smoking establishment, and if you don't like that, there's a great place down the road that they sell great chicken wings, and they're non-smoking. Go there. And we all can win.
I would say, or be entrepreneurial and open one of each.
Well, yeah, if possible.
Yeah.
But we should have the right to choose as a business owner if we want to have smoking in our establishment, understanding that you're going to isolate the non-smoking clientele.
Right.
Some won't care. Some will. You'll never get some people to even step in the building because of the smell of it. Others, they go, oh my God, I've been waiting for this.
Right. Well, you please everybody anyway, and if you do, you fail. So you have to make decisions. You have to choose who are you really trying to serve the most. It's welcome to everyone, but you have to have a specific focus in mind. And there's going to be some that fall out of the focus, and you just have to live with that. And if you achieve your goal, I mean, your goal is to score well with your focus, the group that you want to attract. And
Exactly.
if you do, then,
Target marketing.
yes. I mean, you will never get everybody to agree. You will never get everyone to frequent your place, and that's totally okay. You couldn't handle it.
To align ourselves with people that are like us, like-minded individuals.
You couldn't handle it if everybody came. So don't get all bent over the fact that not everybody likes it. It's totally fine.
That seems to be a theme of this show lately. I like it. I like it. And it's about America. You're allowed to have these differences of opinion. They're actually encouraged.
Yeah.
I love it.
I do too.
Other people go, no, I want it my way or that's it. Well, good. There's a place for you.
Yeah.
Right. If you don't like a certain thing, get away from it.
Right. Go have your own, it's my way or the highway place. That's fine. You go do your thing.
Cockermouth.
Yeah. Go do your thing somewhere and, be happy.
Go move your family to Licky End. It's right near Andrews Knob, right? Good Lord.
I know.
Where are we at for time? 9:16 already a.m. Eastern. My goodness.
See, that
Where'd
was
the
a
time go?
That was a lengthy geography lesson.
Well, yeah, we had to share all those interesting places.
It's your tourist list for 2023.
We should. So we know tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern time, Donald Trump is making a big announcement. We're all assuming he's running for president in 2024.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. And then now, Joe Biden has gotten a big boost from this red wave that never took place.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting here watching what has transpired in this country, to me, is just as beautiful as it is frightening. But I love it. I love it. I love that we're split right down the middle. That tells me everything I need to know.
Mm-hmm.
But it ain't my side against your side. It's not us against them. It's not red against blue. We are red, white, and blue, and black, and Asian, and Latino, and any other color demographic you want to add to it. We're all in it together. Until we get back to that mentality, we're doomed. It's not just political. We no longer have a community raise our children, Bob, right? It used to take a village, right? Now we can't. I get dragged home by the ear for making a mistake in my neighborhood, right? You want to act a fool? You get dragged home by the ear. Then when the mom and dad see the kid getting dragged home by the ear, they don't go, "What are you doing to my kid?" They go, "Oh no, what they do now?" They're waiting now. They're not mad at the parent. They're mad at the kid. What did you do? You out there acting a fool? There used a thing back in the day. Kids used to act way better outside of the home than in the home. Right? Be like, oh my God, I don't know how they can be so good at your house. They drive me crazy.
And that was how some people judged, we shouldn't be judging, but would evaluate how well you parented, was the fact that outside of the home they did know how to behave.
Exactly.
And they were solid citizens, and they were getting away with stuff they could get away with in your presence, but when they went outside, that was part of the that was the culture. That was the way things were.
How they acted in school, how they acted in public, how they acted at the friend's house. Did they listen when it was bedtime? Did they listen when it was time to get ready for bed? Did they eat their dinner? Did they, all those things. Now, it doesn't take a village. Now, the village isn't allowed to raise the kid. Now, it's us against them. I got news for you. I don't care who's president. I want them to win. My governor, I want her to win. Because if she wins, we got a better chance of winning. Do I like everything they do? We know that. We know better.
No.
But I'm on their side. They're on my team. We're all one, red, white, and blue. Red and white and blue.
So nice, yeah. So, bring the best ideas. Whoever's got them and whoever can implement them, bring them. And that's what we need. I don't care what side you're on. Why we're on sides? The side should be the middle. Now there's something to think about.
Stay on side in your lane.
The side
all
should
these
be
things we don't have any control over, and the things we do, we don't take the reins. You know what I mean? Worried about everything else.
No, you're right.
All right, we got to do a quick break.
Okay.
If not now, never. Quick break, couple songs. We get back. We got a couple more things to finalize. Bob's got a word of the day. We got poor life choices. I'm going to recap the rest of the weekend.
Good.
And get you ready for the rest of your week. Sounds fun, doesn't it, Bob?
It does.
Oh, I can't wait. All right, you're listening to Sapphire'S Soup du Jour. We'll be right back. All right, 1, 2, 3 songs. We come back at 9:32.
Okay.
I'm just going to stay on the live stream.
I'll be back. I'll be back before that.
All right. Where's my good sweeper? Huh. Let's see. I got time. I'll upload a new one. Add file. Music. Oh, yeah. Oh, walking on air. That's it. Yeah. There we go. Let's see. I don't know. We'll try that one. We'll see. All right. Be right back. I'm going to leave it on. Enjoy the empty screen. It's chilly in here. It's warmer out there, but I got to keep the door closed. Turn the heat off. All that stuff. Oh, we're listening to Corey Shorter right now. Before You Go from Corey Shorter, also known Isaiah Cole, used to be. I don't know if he still goes by Isaiah Cole at all or not. But whatever. We know him. That's all that matters. Hair's a mess. Life's a mess. Woo, woo. The weather ain't no mess. It might be cold, but it's sunny out. Oh, whoa. All right, we got a shoot after this, so we got back at 9:32. Oh, what am I doing later? Am I playing pool later or what? I don't know. We'll see. Hmm. Minute? Well, no, we got plenty of time left. So just sit here and look at me. Oh, I'm just looking at stuff online, not porn. Oh, that plane crash. Midair collision. Oh, terrible. Collide midair during the Dallas Air Show. A B-17 Flying Fortress and a Bell P-63 King Cobra collided. Damn. No paying customers on board. I would hope not, for God's sake. Two and a half minutes. Oh, lordy, lordy. Where are we at? 2 minutes left. Oh, delete that. Move that down. Move that up. 1 minute and 1/2 a minute. Put them together, you got a minute and a half.
To 90 seconds.
That too.
Sounds like a longer time that way.
I know, 90 seconds.
Man. I'd almost have time to go get more coffee.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you do.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good till we're done. There's some in here.
For the smell of it.
I'm getting texts with people trying to fill up my day.
What's that?
I said I'm getting a couple of texts with people trying to fill up my day.
Ah. I'm trying to decide if pool and darts is in my future this evening or not.
Could be fun.
Yeah, it depends on what Andrew and Casey are up to.
Right. Right.
I don't go alone. Just the apple, I'll go alone. I'll go to the hayloft alone.
Right. Well, I mean, you got to have people to play against, and you never know unless you go with somebody who you know is going to go, you know.
Chime in, win prizes. So stupid. All right. I'm feeling free. I feel good. I'm walking on air too. I can't walk on water, but if I can turn water into wine, woo-wee, baby.
I'll be talking to you.
I'd be doing really good then. I wouldn't even be able to walk. You're like, I don't need to walk. I can turn water into wine. I can do what I want.
That's right.
You ready for Thanksgiving? Will the kitchen be done in time for Thanksgiving?
Absolutely not.
I was going to say that would be a hell of a feat.
Yeah, no, we are all set for Thanksgiving. We're having it out this year. We're going out to eat. So
out to
we
eat.
do
As
have
a
our
restaurant
reservations.
or somebody.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, no, at a restaurant this year. No, family's being all goofy this year, so that's fine. This will be just as nice. Just a nice dinner for two. Treat ourselves to a little fanciness and yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
I know. I like to have my dinner at home. I make all the stuff, and I've already got a 12-pound turkey for me and my partner and my mother, who eats one piece of breast and goes, "Oh, I better," she eats like a bird.
I'm full.
And out of the four of us, only 3 eat meat. So I'm making salmon for my aunt.
Ooh.
And then mashed potatoes and gravy and the broccoli and the stuffing and everything else. Now, she probably won't eat the stuffing because I stick it in the turkey's ass to cook it. And then you pull it out when you're done. I'm sorry, the cavity. Sounds better to say cavity. Yeah. It sure is flavorful when you stick it in the turkey's butt and cook it for about 3 hours.
There you go. Extra butter, please.
Oh, I look forward to it. The Thanksgiving for me, I look forward to it. But at the Adams Apple every year, they have a big Thanksgiving dinner too. So I usually eat, watch the ball games, and then usually for a nightcap around 6 o'clock or so, head out and
See, we're adding that to our plan this year. We're going to go after dinner. I think dinner's at 5 o'clock, so we're going to go after dinner for a little Friendsgiving, a little toast, and a little,
I'll be there. Fun. I'll make sure I'm there for that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be different, but different can be fun, and we're going to make it that way. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's supposed to be tradition, family and friends, right? Mm-hmm. For me though, I've got to have the football on.
Well, yeah.
And a lot of places I go, they'll go, "Oh yeah, the football will be on," but then it might not be. The kids want to watch a movie, or there's this show's on, and then when the show's over, we'll catch the second half. Nope, I'm selfish. I have football on all day after the parade. My morning starts with the parade, and I'm cooking, and I just love it. I love the smells. I love everything about it.
No, it is great, and it even starts in the morning, and it's not like I'm a big fan of parades and that, but the Detroit Thanksgiving Day Parade is like one of the biggest in the country, and not having to go freeze my butt off standing on the street corner watching it, I don't mind sitting in my living room with a nice cup of hot coffee and a donut and
a seat in the house. No, by far, yeah,
absolutely. You find a bathroom when you need it and everything. It's all good.
There's the train of thought that there's nothing like being there, but that'd be a one-time thing for me. Like we'll go 1 year maybe, and watch it. And because then you get to see the nostalgia of being there and all that. But yeah, like a sporting event, the best seat in the house, you can have your $5,000 Super Bowl ticket.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to, like you said, go to the bathroom when I need to, not wait in line. I want to be able to, instead of paying $5,000 for a ticket, I'll spend $100 on food for a big Super Bowl party.
Right.
You have more fun. You see more of the game.
You're with people you want to be with, for sure. Yeah. You know,
the only thing you're paying for is the experience, which lessens actually being able to see the game.
Right.
Or the parade, because you'd have to get to the parade at 6 a.m. to get a good spot. Then you're down there freezing. And granted, you're still out of there at a good time. So it's not like it's an all-day thing. But good 4 or 5 hours of being down there, you'll be cold.
No, you got to get there early, though, too. I mean, it's not like you have reserved standing or seating. You have to get there early enough if you want to be able to see things well. If you're going to get firsthand, get your butt down there and get a good place so you can see it firsthand. Don't be stuck in the back row somewhere. What was the point of that, you know? So, the part of that is... Right, so the part of that is having to get up extra early on a holiday to do that, which, again, if you're up for that, that's great. And you do get to see some of the behind-the-scenes stuff of how they put a parade together and what's involved and some of the extra things. I mean, it would be interesting once if it were 75 degrees outside, it was 2 in the afternoon, and it was, you know, I'm not getting up that early, and I'm not freezing my butt off. I'm sorry.
I hear you. Now, what about this? What about you find a bar that's going to open at 7 a.m. on the parade route? You get there early. You're in the warmth of the bar. You can see the parade go by as it goes by, and you can watch it on TV in its entirety. And you're still kind of down there, but you're still seeing everything as you would on TV. What about that? Yeah or no?
Maybe. Although then I got to drive home. So then it's like...
Thank you. And it's morning drinking, not day drinking, because I'm not going to the bar and not supporting the bar with alcoholic beverages.
And really, the only time I ever do morning drinking is on vacation.
Yeah.
And I don't do that. Well, all right, every once in a while, but that's sort of like a vacation for as often as we get together anyway.
Right, that's true.
But no, I mean, I'm sorry, when I'm down in Key West and I'm off for the week and I'm just being lazy and being a fool, then yeah, you know, there's nothing wrong with some mimosas to start the day. However, it's not a habit. It is not a habit, and it's not something that I do when I'm on vacay, or else I'd never get anything done in this life. So,
hey, no doubt about that. So when you guys go to dinner this year for Thanksgiving, are you going for the traditional turkey, or is it something totally different?
Oh no, it's going to be a turkey dinner. It's being served at we're going to one of the hotels here locally, and where they do a real nice, semi-elegant kind of thing. It's going to be. We're actually going to be a little classy for a few minutes. Look at that.
Nice.
Look at us.
I love it.
I don't think there's going to be a tie involved, but there's not going to be jeans. You know, we're going to.
Yeah.
Be semi-classed up.
Not a black tie affair, but not jeans and a t-shirt either.
Right. Well, don't blink, you'll miss it, too. It's like it doesn't happen very often. So.
Well, make sure you get pictures.
Well, yeah, we'll have to.
What's your must-have side? A turkey, gravy, mashed potatoes. What's your must-have side? Stuffing. That's kind of in there with it, but like cranberries. Other people have different things they like for Thanksgiving. I'm very basic, very basic.
Mm-hmm. People make fun of the green bean casserole. But God, I love that. Like, it's the only time. It's the only time of year I eat it. Yeah, but people make fun of it sometimes. You know, it's like yeah. My mother makes the best. She doesn't anymore, but when she did, she made the best casserole. She had something extra, like some secret ingredient in it or something. I mean, green bean casserole. It's the cream of mushroom soup, and it's the pecans or the almond or something, and the crunchies. But
a little crunchies.
Something. Yeah. Sorry, and that's sorry, not sorry. It's my. One of my holiday indulgences. That and the cranberry sauce, too, because, again, it's just not something you do most of the year. You don't even think about it. They sell cranberry sauce year-round. You just don't buy it.
Right, exactly. Well, and turkey, same way.
Right. Although we did do a turkey on the grill this summer, and it was wonderful. Just in the middle in the middle of summer, just because it's like, wow, we haven't had turkey in a while. Let's do it. Let's do it on the grill.
Well.
Yeah, it was great.
For me, the must-have is the pies. I gotta have a chocolate pie. I gotta have. I don't have to have pumpkin. I've got to have pie. I like pumpkin pie. I like chocolate pie, but I also like apple pie. And this year, I'm making apple pie, and it's going to be with ready-made crust.
Yep.
But you still got to be creative with it. But I'm making apple, pumpkin, and chocolate. Oh,
We've had a couple different years where people brought pie in addition to whatever else they were supposed to bring. And one year, I think we had 5 different pies, and I think I tried one of each.
amen. There's nothing wrong. You have to try one of each.
We had cherry pie, apple pie, chocolate pie, pumpkin pie, and I think, I know, coconut cream pie, because that's one of my
love
favorites.
coconut cream
that's
pie.
like one of my very favorites, yes.
Yeah.
And so
When it comes to cream pie, Boston and coconut are my favorite. But I love a good cream pie. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, that's how I get my physique. It's
We're talking different cream pies.
I am well aware, yes. I was in the Thanksgiving one, so
I give thanks for every cream pie I've eaten.
I'll bet you do.
Oh, good Lord. That went south quick.
Mary, you take it south.
Well, it's just kind of a natural direction of our conversations, right down to the gutter.
It was my fault for bringing it up.
But the green bean casserole, you're right about that. I love that stuff. And in fact, our dear friend Edie, when she makes the potatoes and green beans for the Adam's apple, oh my goodness. It's funny because the Adam's apple don't serve food.
No.
But the customers bring food in.
It's there's always some kind of a potluck something happening. Yeah.
I know. It's like
it's like wonderful.
The Apple could sell this stuff. It's such good, but they can't obviously because they're not a restaurant. Right. But they're like, we can't. I mean, you can't get over the food they make. So Edie will make or Renee with the Mexican Monday.
Yeah.
Last Monday of the month. It's authentic, good cooking. It's not just like go to Gordon's and get some chili and put it in a bowl. No, they make chili. It's homemade chili. People pour their heart and soul into it.
It's homemade with love, with good friends. It's it's a great thing.
For Thanksgiving, a lot of times that what you'll have the potluck. Be like, okay, you bring this, because some people have their homemade stuffing recipe, or like you said, your mom's green bean casserole. Nobody could make it like she did, even though others were good. They just weren't like mom used to make.
It's like, if different family members have a different specialty something, it's like everybody brings it, then you get the best of everything. Yeah.
And that's the beauty of family gatherings. And one, not everybody has to bear the burden of buying everything for everyone. Because if you got 30 people over for dinner, that's a heck of a bill, especially in today's world.
Sure.
So, they bring this, you bring that, everybody brings it together. The problem is potlucks, you have to show up at the same damn time, right? You can't bring the gravy 2 hours after everybody else shows up.
No, dinner is at a certain time, and that's when the food needs to be there by. Now, you can come earlier, but Yeah, don't be late.
Don't
if you're bringing dessert, you get a 30-minute pass. But other than that,
right? Yeah, okay, yeah. But still, you want to get there. You want it to be there. It's a presentation too. What about the pictures people are taking of the food and your pie's not there? Did it even happen if the pumpkin pie's not on the table?
The camera don't lie, does it?
No. You could always Photoshop a pumpkin pie into the picture, though.
If somebody makes me do that, that's too much work. I'd rather just say on Facebook, "No, they were late."
Exactly. Let's just call it out like it is.
Let's just call it out. It's like, we still love them, but darn it, get there on time.
Yesterday, for the Lions' victory, we had there's a local restaurant that we go to called Boneyard. They got ribs and chicken, and we get their roasted fried chicken, whatever it is. Oh yeah, man, is it good? So yesterday, watching the Lions' victory over the Chicago Bears, eating the chicken, and oh my God, it was so good. I went home filled to the rim with. You
called the score pretty amazingly close too.
I did, didn't I? I called it 33-32 Detroit. It was 31-30.
Yeah. You had a little intuition going on there or something.
It played out the way I said, too. It played out in a wild fashion.
Yeah.
But that's the Detroit playbook. But yesterday, did you like how clever I was with my statement? They pull a book out of Miley Cyrus's playbook. They can't be tamed.
That's right.
Little cleverness there involved. But, no, I enjoy doing that. I enjoy picking the games and stuff. And people get upset with me.
Oh,
when
I
get it
know. I
wrong.
see.
I'm
Oh, they
like,
get
my
upset
God,
with you.
I'm doing it for fun. I'm not like, please don't look at my statement about football and go place your bet to double your rent money. I'm doing it for fun. I'm not an expert, even though I know more than you do about football. Everybody out there listening, I'm saying that too. Even if you play for the Detroit Lions, there's a good chance I know just about as much as you do of the game. And I can say that with confidence.
Right. You are a football whiz.
I love it. I love the game. I love the game. And I've loved it since I was little. I mean, when you love something and it's all you think about and do when you're little, and you get good at it. And I can't play now. I'm out there Friday night fielding kicks because they were setting up the cameras and stuff, and the guy's setting up the camera, so I'm playing, protector of all the equipment. They're kicking the ball over toward us, and I'm catching them. I never caught one completely clean, but it's been a long time. I was 17, 18 years old last time I played football. I'm 54. So I did all I could do, but I did throw the ball back to them, and they were surprised how well I could throw the football. My arm still hurts from it today, but I did it.
You could play in the senior league.
No, I could not.
No.
Have you seen me run?
No. Well,
It's
you can't wear heels. You can't wear heels when you're playing, though. I mean, you got to wear.
I don't have a sports bra strong enough for me to run.
Now
enough.
Well, now that you mention it, you would probably knock yourself out. So
I know they call me a knockout, but they mean it that way. Yeah. No.
Didn't think of that safety hazard. Yes. Okay.
I'll be running as fast as the Lions quarterback Jared Goff out of the pocket. Not happening. Oh, God. But holidays, man, they're about family and getting together. And that's what we do on Sundays. I encourage anybody in the area of Detroit on a Sunday. It don't matter if you're a Lions fan or not. There's people around the bar playing cards. There's people just gathering and talking. They're out on the heated patio.
Yes.
What's out there yesterday? Freezing our butt off out there, right? They turn the heat on. We stand out there. We can enjoy our cigarette or whatever and go out there and get some fresh air, enjoy your drink. Oh.
That thing warms up very nicely. It's like a second room. I mean, it does warm up. You keep your jacket on, but you don't freeze in that.
Right. And when they wrap it, you can go out there and play cards. They wrap it in basically a tarp and make a building out of it. It's their own room.
Yeah. No, it's great.
Do you have a word of the day?
I've got a couple. I'm trying to decide which one. But since we were talking about all those goofy named places earlier on the fundraiser thing where the guy had all the names. Yeah. All those. Well, one of these you'd probably find on one of those streets. It's a cockloft. A cockloft is a small room just under the roof.
Oh. What is the purpose of it?
I don't know. It doesn't say. I guess it could be whatever you want it to be.
I guess so.
It could be it's either just a small bedroom perhaps, or a little storage space, or maybe it's a play space. Who knows?
I wonder if it has anything to do with that old statement, the cock of the walk.
Cock of the walk.
Remember that? They thought they were the cock of the walk. Am I saying it right?
Strutting? I'm not sure exactly, but it sounds like they were strutting their stuff, being all
basically,
that.
Yeah. But I forget. I think that was the phrasing. Was like they thought they were the cock of the walk. Like you were the big leader. You're the big sticking out. Strutting your stuff, like you say. What's it called?
Cock loft. Cock loft.
Loft.
Why they just don't call it a loft? I don't know. Why they got to throw a cock in there, and then it's a small. Well, and then it's a small room. It's not a big room. It's a small one. So
it must be a place to lay your cock at night when you're going to go to bed.
I suppose.
But then when you wake up in the morning, don't they crow, or is it just roosters? Do chicken crow? Or is a cock a rooster? chickens are women,
Cock
right?
is a rooster. Yeah.
So
cock is a
if
rooster.
your cock crows, you've got a cock loft that's for your cock. So when you wake up in the morning,
maybe that's. Well, that's maybe
you could
right,
literally
the cock
grab,
sleeps.
wake up in the morning, grab your cock, throw it over your shoulder, and run to work.
Or
Every
open the
man's
window.
dream.
Or open the window and let it fly out.
Barn doors open.
That's right.
So,
That's
so to
right.
speak.
That's right. But again, I guess you got to be careful. You can't be too. You can't have too much there because it's only a small room, so you can't have too
You don't
much.
want cockiness to prevail.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to have a little room for it. So
If your cock's too big, it won't fit in.
that's what I'm saying. That's where I was going without going there. Yeah.
I'll go there. I'll say what should not be said.
Yes, you do. That's what we love about you.
Oh, thank you. Do you have any last words before we get out of here for the day?
No, I got to see what's going on with my day. It's funny how your day can change on a text's notice. You know, it's like no, I went from having a day of I was going to have a day of accomplishment around here to now it looks like that's not going to happen. It looks like I got a couple of demands. So
it happens real quick.
Yeah.
Things
so just
go south.
I guess word of the day is be flexible.
That'd be a phrase, and that's a good phrase of the day.
Okay. Well, then the single word is flexible.
Flexibility is key.
Flex your cock. Well, did I say that? Oh, see, that would be something you would say.
I can put my arm or my leg behind me. Never mind.
Stop.
All right. That does it for us. Thank you for letting us in your house, car, or wherever you were listening today. And remember, opinions are a dime a dozen. Validation is for parking, and loyalty is not a word. It's a lifestyle. Life is too short to put your key to happiness in someone else's pocket. We only missed it by a day. Yesterday was National Kindness Day. Well, we're going to practice it every day. In a world where we can be anything, be kind. A kind word and a friendly smile can go further than we can even imagine. Until Wednesday, I'm Sapphire'S.
I'm just Bob.
We're out of here. Have a good day. Bye-bye. All right. Here's that.
There it is. Done deal.
All right. Good day. Fun. Let's get out of this. All right. That concludes this broadcasting session.
Have a
Thanks for
wonderful
watching, everybody. Bob and I say goodbye now. Bye now.
Goodbye now.
Take